Today I will show you this little amplifier. It's called the Bugera G5 Infinium. This amplifier is very noisy, as you could hear maybe, so I have to set it to standby mode when talking. But other than that, it's a kick-ass amplifier, and yeah, it's worth that we will take a closer look at this thing now. The Bugera G5 Infinium is a 2-channel amplifier. It's a full tube power amp, preamp. It has 5 watts. Can be reduced to 1 watt and also to 0.1 watt. If you are playing at the 5 watt setting, as I do now through a Marshall vintage cabinet, it's still very loud in the room, and it's definitely enough for moderate rehearsing volumes. Maybe not if you're playing in a metal band with a drummer that is crushing everything, but other than that, I think it can also be used. The thing with the 5 watt amps is only, from my experience, the clean sounds, they tend to break up if you crank the amp. So if you're after pristine clean tones, maybe 5 watt might be not enough for you, but other than that, I think the amp delivers very high volume. Overall, this amp was very cheap. It's about 200 euro, I guess. And it has an emulated output, which I showed you in another video, with a 4x12 and also with a 1x12 option. They both sound very good in my opinion. And it has an effects loop, which is also very unique with these small amplifiers. And of course, in the effects loop, you have the ability to to use your own effects after the preamp, and also a noise gate. So that the major downside of this amp, the high background noise, can be eliminated. Other than that, the amp has 2 channels, one overdrive and one clean channel. And in the clean channel you have only 2 knobs, the volume and the tone knob, which are controlling of course the overall volume, and the tone is kind of the EQ setting. It doesn't have dedicated EQ knobs for the clean channel, and it has a reverb which goes for both channels. Currently, or the sound intro was the distorted channel with a boost pedal in front of the amp. Now I turn it off, and I will show you now the clean sound of this amp. Set the volume to 12 o'clock, and the tone also sounds like this. By the way, I'm playing my Schecter Banshee 6FR with EMG pickups 85 and 81. And well, this was the 81, 85 sounds like this. And well, we will play around with the tone knob. Set it to 3 o'clock now. As you can see, if we will turn it to the right side, we get more or less into a maybe Fender-ish territory. The tone knob. Let's add some reverb. now we will set the tone to the left side. It's a little bit darker there. I think maybe I like it more on the right side with these pickups, but maybe on the left side it's better suited to single coil guitars, which have a little bit more high frequencies in the output. But anyway, we're not here for the clean channel, of course, but I have to admit the clean channel is very usable in my opinion. But let's start the fun and switch to the overdrive channel. In the overdrive channel we have bass, middle and treble control, so usual tone stack, and we have a morph control which says UK on the right side, USA on the left side. It's supposed to change the overall overall sound a little bit. On the UK side it's more or less a scooped sound, and on the USA side it's maybe pushing the upper mids a little bit, which is maybe the opposite of what people would expect, because they're thinking if they hear USA they're maybe thinking of Mesa style amps, and on the UK side they would expect something which has these upper mid-range frequencies like a Marshall. But anyway, I recommend you should go by ear when using the morph knob. Now I'm keeping it at 12 o'clock, and well, I will set now all tone stack controls at 12 o'clock, volume at about 9 o'clock because it's very loud. I will set the gain quite high, maybe at 2 o'clock. Sounds like this. Let's reduce the reverb. I have to say, there's quite a lot of bass coming from this small amp, which is, yeah, it's well, a little bit, I didn't expect that, at least. Because usually these small power amps, they seem to have less bass frequencies, because maybe bass needs more power in the power amp, and obviously they don't have it with these 5 watt. Anyway, now let's play around with the tone stack knobs, starting with the treble. The mids. And the bass. And I have to say, the mids, they're quite, well, the frequencies which are affected, they're quite fitting my taste. So they're very usable. If you reduce the mids, you get a scooped sound which is still usable. And if you crank the mids, you will get into these kind of 80s JCM 800-ish sounds without getting annoying. So this is the mids at 9 o'clock. And this is the mids at 3 o'clock. And that sounds a lot like a JCM 800 kind of mid-range Marshall sound. By the way, now my overdrive pedal is turned off, so this is the just the sound of the amp through the Marshall cabinet mic with an SM57. Okay, let's set the tone stack knobs to 12 o'clock, and until now the morph knob was set to noon the whole time, so now I will play around with that. On the left side, which says USA, it sounds like this. 12 o'clock is this. And on the right side, UK, it sounds like this. And let's see what we can do. If we keep it on the right side, on the UK side, maybe around 3 o'clock. And then it's scooped a little bit. And we will raise the mids. I wonder if it sounds different than when we keep everything at 12 o'clock. So this is a sound on the UK side with the mids at 3 o'clock. And this is the morph at 12 o'clock and everything else also at 12 o'clock. Could you hear a difference? My opinion, it's a little bit more bass heavy with the morph at the UK side and the mids cranked. I like it more. And let's do the opposite. Let's try out the USA side, maybe at around 9 o'clock. And let's reduce some mids. Now I reduce some treble. I think with the reduced mids on the USA side, it sounds now a little bit like the dual rectifier. Of course, without the enormous bass frequencies which the dual rectifier has, but I think it has some of these upper frequencies. Okay, let's go back to the morph, or before I will finally engage the overdrive pedal, I would like to try out some crunch tones with less gain, so I will set the gain now at 12 o'clock. Let's reduce it a little bit more. Let's try out the UK side with the crank mids. Okay, finally we will engage the boost pedal. I will dial in a little bit of a scooped sound, because I think that could work pretty well with the boost pedal. By the way, my boost pedal is now the Digitech Bad Monkey, which has a bass and a treble control, which is set to 12 o'clock, and the level is set to max, and the distortion is set to 0. So this is a sound without the boost engaged. And let's engage the boost. Yeah, there you have it. I think overall you can get very good sounds out of this 2-channel amplifier. It's very versatile, especially if you use it with something in front of it, like a boost pedal and something in the effects loop. Especially a noise gate would be very helpful. But other than that, it sounds kick-ass through a 4x12 cabinet, and it has also very serious recording tones, which I showed you in another video through the direct out. So if you are looking for an affordable tube amp, which delivers as well a great tube distortion, this would definitely be my, well, something I would consider. There's also a 5-watt amplifier by Blackstar, which is called the HT5, I think. Has similar features, but it's more expensive. Still, I didn't try that out, but I have to say this amp is really, well, it looks classic and it sounds great. So I hope this helps you to get an impression of this small amplifier. Please post your comments below, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon. Bye.